showing you today how to make the gajras for a Kathak dance performance. There are some traditional ways of making gajras, but I feel this is much more realistic looking gajras. So what we have today is the carnation flowers that typically we get. So I have just removed them from the stem. You can get this even in the $1 shop, and you can even get the bulk order. So I want slightly longer gajra for the little girls. I guess just 10 flowers are more than enough, but I have added little more flowers. We need straw. You heard me right. This is just the regular straw, the straw which we use to drink soft drinks and everything. So just a straw, and we also need a elastic. So this is not just a thread or a cord. This is a stretchable elastic. So approximate say 8 inches of piece of elastic I have taken. So this is all what you need, and of course the scissor to cut the straw into small pieces. So we are going to cut it as to this size of various pieces. So here I am cutting the straw into small pieces. So it doesn't matter whether the joint is there or even I'm using the joint piece also. So all these small pieces I'm cutting from the straw. Now these flowers, we are not going to use them as it is, but we are going to separate each and every petal of the flower. As you can see, I removed this, and now I'm removing even the stem which has been put to keep all these petals together. So I'm removing these petals. So this is how it goes. So all this is removed completely. So as you can see now, each and every petal is separated. So as you can see now, one flower has actually so many petals. So even this plastic I'm removing, which was holding it together. So many petals I'm getting from each flower. As you can see, I'm removing the petals, but also be aware that between the petals, don't just pull them like this all together. But see, there are separate plastic holders in between, and you want to make sure that you remove these holders also, and then remove the petals. If you start ripping off everything together, that's not going to work. See, one more holder is here. So you have to remove petal by petal so that you don't damage the petals while removing them from the stem. And so these are the last few petals. Now finally the stem is out and all the petals are separated. Now we take this stretchable elastic. This is 2 mm width elastic. This is typically known as bobbin elastic. So I'm making just a simple knot at the end of the elastic, and I would say to be on the safer side, you can put 2 knots. I have put 1 knot so that it stops and the petal doesn't fall off. So I'm making 2 knots here, so making it little thicker and bigger knot so it holds, and I have stretched it. And now as you can see, I have so many separated petals. So all you have to do is put one petal and then put one piece of straw. By the way, I have added on one more straw over here since I had so many petals. So I'm going to put, as you can see, there is one piece of straw and one petal, and then now goes my next petal. Because of their shape, the straw gets camouflaged very well, and at the same time it separates the petals and give them their own identity. And this is how all you have to do is just put them in. As you can see it, that is how our gajra is happening. So as you can see, I have put so many flowers and I still have so many left. So I could have gone even for a little longer, but for a young girl, this much of length is good enough. I've really filled it up to the brim, and I have left little bit of elastic to tie the knot. So this was my end elastic knot. And now all I'm doing is just tying the knot together. I'm pushing the petals slightly behind, so I have enough of elastic to tie the knot. And if you had learned the Scout and Guide typical rope knots, how we do it, that once from one end we do it in one side and then the other end we turn it from the other side. So this is what I'm doing. So one knot and then put one more knot, and it stays very well. So here I go, I'm putting another knot. Over here. It's done almost. So nice and tight knot is done. And that's it. Make sure that the knot is nice and tight. No, it is not. Cut karo. So as you can see, all I've done is just tied a nice tight knot. I want to really pull it from both the ends and make sure that it's really tight and it doesn't break or open. And that's it. Here you go. We have a nice gajra. You can cover it well, and likewise it can sit on the hair nicely. The good part of these, because the petals are wider, and that's why they cover all the hairpins and everything, and it gives more fullerness. So you can make, I would say, even two gajras. The second one slightly bigger, so instead of 8 inches thread, you can take 1 foot of thread and take second gajra slightly bigger and put it again another around it and make it a nice full look. I'm just putting it in my hand. Oh, I love it. So you can just, you have to put it around your hair. So enjoy.